Hello and welcome to the Violet Rose video tutorial on how to get your best measurements. Whether you are sending your measurements to me or you are just using them for yourself, good measurements are fundamental to custom clothing. Don't have good measurements, you are starting off on it's like waking up on the wrong side of the bed. So I'm going to give you some quick tips and tricks to get the best measurements. If you're ordering from me, there are pictures of each measurement on the form that I will send you to submit an order. So the very first thing is you want a flexible measuring tape. If you have been using the same flexible measuring tape for years and years and years, you want to check it against a wood or a plastic measuring stick just to make sure that it hasn't stretched. Some of these do stretch over time, especially if you're pulling on them a lot. Second, you want to make sure that you are wearing tight-fitting clothing. I mean, even this is a little baggier than normal, but you want to make sure that you are wearing tight-fitting clothing, or conversely, as little clothing as possible, whatever you're comfortable with while you're getting your measurements, just to make sure that you don't have extra fabric bunched up, because you have an extra fabric bunched up, you could easily add an extra inch that way. The next thing you're going to want to know is that when you pull your measuring tape, you want to pull it so that it's firm, but it's not tight. Let's use my arm because I've got some extra on there. If you pull it, see how it's digging in there? That's too tight. If you're doing that, your clothing is going to be too tight. You want to, see how it sits on the skin there but doesn't actually pull? That's what you want. You want it taut but not tight is my official motto for that. You want it to sit where your clothing would sit if you were wearing something form-fitting. And you don't want to be suffocating or losing circulation in your clothes. That's not fun for everybody, and it really changes the look of the pieces. So typically in my order form, I ask for your head measurement, which is here. And that is just to make sure that the neck hole stretches enough to be easy on, easy off. Well, I ask for your neck measurement. That's to make sure that when your the neckband is not stretched, that it's not super loose and gappy, unless like this is a scoop neck. It's meant to be a bit bigger, so obviously I don't really worry so much. I ask for your bicep, which is going to be a few inches above. You're basically looking for the widest part of your bicep. Your forearm, which again, widest part of your forearm. If you are, your widest part is a little bit further down than mine or than what I have listed in the directions, that's okay. You want to measure your widest part because that is what's going to get the best fit for you. Now, then you're going to want to come here. If you're over bust, which is, or high chest, it's also referred to as high chest if you're not measuring a bust. And that is, see, right at your armpit level, parallel to the floor, right? So you want it, and, without capturing any of your chest tissue in there. When you hold the measuring tape, when I do it, I hold the end and I sort of just pinch it, and then I pinch the actual number, pull it off, and read the number that way. So, right, because then where you've pinched, that's where your number is, and it's a lot easier than trying to get the number while it's still on you. Then I ask for bust or chest. If you're measuring, either way, you're essentially measuring the widest part of your chest here. And again, this one, if you have a bust to measure, you want to wear a well-fitting bra, because it's going to change what the measurement is if you're not wearing a bra or if you're wearing something that doesn't fit well. And you're going to want to make sure that you do not pull. It's really easy to squish. You don't want to squish. Tight, or taut but not tight. And again, pinch the tape, let go, there's the number. Then I ask for under bust, which is right here, right up underneath your bust, right at your ribs is what I'm looking for. And this, especially if I'm making custom bras for you, because I do that, The difference between your over bust, your bust, and your under bust measurements are what tells me what size to make. Also, your under bust measurement and your bust measurement, if you're going shopping for bras, I can actually size you for that based on those measurements. Your waist is here. It's where your rib cage ends, but your hip hasn't begun yet, where it naturally sort of curves in. Your high hip is if you follow the bone up, you can feel where the bone sort of stops. For me, that's right about here, which is right about belly button, or just slightly under belly button. If it's different for you, it's different for you. Hip bone's here, comes up. Again, really easy because I have some extra on my belly. It would be really easy to squish. See, we could squish. We don't want to do that. We want it to be taut, not tight. Again, with the pinch and the read. Then we're looking for a full hip measurement, which is going to be the widest part of your hips. Again, all of these are parallel to the floor. You want them to be right level as you can get them. Again, with taut, not tight. You don't want to pull. And if you have, like you can see, I have some overhang here. There is a way to measure this where you take a ruler or something firm, and get your tape ready. Leave it a little bit loose. Stick something not very thick here, and then you can use that, and that will. I don't recommend doing this without telling me, but if you use your measurements this way, it leaves a little bit of extra room. See, for me, it's left 2.5 inches or so for that belly hang, which is nice fitting pants. It doesn't make, if you don't have a lot, it doesn't make a huge difference, and you're okay. For someone like me, I do measure my hips that way just to make sure that I have room for my belly and my skin. I got 3 kids. What are you gonna do? So then we're looking at your thigh, and we're looking for about a hand width up from your knee. Again, with the pinch and read. Then we're looking for your calf. I'm gonna bring it up just so you can see, so I don't have to move the camera. We're looking for the widest part of your calf, which is probably about a hand width down from your knee. Just use it as a starting point, adjust up or down as you need to, totally fine. Pinch and read. And then I need your inseam. And to do the inseam, your inseam is the length from your ankle all the way up to your crotch. I hate that word, but that is the appropriate term for this. To do this one, usually, what I will do, we're gonna bend down here, is just put the edge of the measuring tape, my heel, and pull up. Make sure your leg is straight and that we're a little off camera, and then with the pinch and read, right? That one is important. That tells me or you, if you're doing this for yourself, how to hem your pants, how long to make your pants. I'm sure if you are short like me or tall, you have had inseam problems and have had to fight to try and find pants that fit. The inseam is important, and that's why. If you have any questions, you can feel free to contact me on my Facebook group or leave a comment below, and I will answer any questions you've got and make any more videos that possibly need to be made. I've got some more coming up on different fabric types, because it's really tough to order clothes if you don't know what the fabric feels like. And I can't wait to get started.